FXBros.
Damn, am I on now? I'm on now. We live.
What's happening, brother?
What's up?
Chilling. You already know.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all heard me earlier, but basically I was just marking up the 50% level of last week just to see what this week is going to do. So if you saw me, I had the fibs up. This was the previous week highs and the lows. We got our 50% level here, and then we just gonna monitor the market. Down to the daily. Daily is showing that consolidation we was into last week. It shows up better on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, but we just been respecting this level up here. Bull's been trying to break higher past 66 flat and all the way to 66 100. Been getting a lot of rejection from that, but for sure, market cannot close above 66 flat as well as trying to push past, and we had a lot of daily candles rejecting that. None of the lows have really been broken also, so that's why that confirmed the consolidation, because we've been respecting the lows at, what's it, like about 65. That'll be exact in that range, 65, 70. So yeah, with those two numbers I said, 65, 70, 65, 65 for lows, we would at least, with all these rejection weeks, we at least need to see a daily close below some of them levels. 4 hour cool, 1 hour, I mean 1 hour not even good enough. Really 4 hour daily to show us some continuation, because I know the 4 hours choppy as hell too.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Especially if we don't get any bullish closures above the body of that last bearish engulfing, then we'll be good.
right here.
Yes, if we don't get a strong, and I would even go um closures above the wick even.
Okay.
Yeah. Um yeah, above that area.
Six one.
That'll kind of get me out of my, because I've been bearish for, the past couple of weeks as far as like looking for my setups and entries.
Facts.
So yeah, that'll be the only thing
Really
that'll probably get me. And even then, I will still be waiting for another, sell entry, not, because that wouldn't be a reason to flip my bias at all, because the weekly is giving a strong bearish price action.
facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Market kind of was hanging up in this area too around the beginning of December before we had that last little push to kind of take out all the people that were holding short since the summer. You know, it's just a good area to add to that. I'm still holding my bias on shorts too. I haven't changed. Uh, I think the fact that we did get this last, like you said, that last bearish engulfing here, that kind of showed a lot of presence because should the market been struggling to even close halfway up for that move, that bearish, like it's actually been hanging right up under that. Like it can't even close past 50% of this whole candle type shit. So these rejection wicks are telling a lot too, but just the fact that a lot of these bodies have been closing so small, like not only are they getting rejected, but it's not even like a strong type of body candle. So it's kind of letting you know who in charge, regardless what the color of the candle is. But percentage wise, when you look at the rejection of all these wicks, they substantially leaning more towards the bears. So keep that in mind. Um, we have a lot more to prove for us to look to get in the longs and change our bias. Like you said, way up here above these wicks, for sure. 66 100, 66 200, 66 10, 66 20. Closes above there on the daily time frame. I would at least give yourself that just to see how it reacts from there. Because if it closes above there, that could potentially just mean it's going up there to just try to, entice buyers and take liquidity just to sell into. So you don't want to just be so anxious and be like, oh yeah, finally we got our clothes. Let me get into a buy and change my bias. Because that might be the sweetest sale too.
Exactly.
Hit
Exactly.
plain sight.
Yeah, that'll be probably that can possibly, like you said, just take people out. Like I said, even if it does close above that, I wouldn't be like, oh, okay, I'm bullish now.
Nah,
When the weekly didn't give me anything.
fact. And looking
Yeah.
at the structure on a daily, I mean, just to really be bullish, the market would have to come above here again.
Yep.
This is like when you talk about structure, the market will have to come above here, retest this area, and then continue. That's when you bullish. Like all this, yeah, that's just, and that's why you got all these wicks. There's so many people went long, expecting the market to break higher, and it could, but until we get that body, you gotta look at structure bodies. Look at all these big bodies for for bears as we continue down, like versus the bullish. Everything is weak on the bull. Everything is weak. So you got to keep that in mind too. Let's go to the 4 hour and see what we're looking like. We connected. Sir. Is that music loud? Or do you even hear it?
It's good. It's nice. It's at a good level.
Okay. Just like I said, last week was choppy, choppy, choppy. I mean, from Sunday's high, which we never broke past really. Like I see this break, but when I see a candle close right back under that, I don't respect that as a break pass. Like it's a break, but I look at that more as it's just to entice people to buys, to grab liquidity and sell on their ass, and they just lose money. You buying up here as the market trends back down, you just hoping and praying that it turns back up. So every little uptick, you get happy. Every little uptick, you get happy. But when I see Sunday creating a high, I could just take my little line marker and just simply do this. Especially when I get a rejection from that high. Well, that's Fridays. Friday's high is here. We get Sunday. I just put a line right, and I just want to see how everything respect that level. Like until we break past that, I can't even look at the market and try to expect to go long. And when I do see some markets going, when I do see price coming out, I get excited because as far as my bias, looking at how the market been trending for the past few weeks, I'm looking at sales. So I'm adding position. That's why I got like 5 sell positions still holding. I was
Nice.
just adding every time it kind of went up. I was just adding the sales because that's how I feel strongly about that. And I feel like this last move could either one test these lows or break past these lows and continue lower. But I also look at time is of the essence too in the market, and we are approaching the end of the month. And I feel like if the market wanted to go bullish, not only did it have this week, the week of the 17th, but the actual previous week, it could have went bullish, but it chose not to. Like I look at that for a reason. I think that was just to shake people up, basically what 2019 and 2020 did before we get another trend continuation. And we could be wrong, but that's basically how I look at that, you know. But
Yeah, looking at the monthly, there's a bearish engulfing that can possibly form if it closes where it's at right now, I think. So
on the monthly,
on the monthly.
oh, bet
So yeah.
to bring that up. Yeah,
And it's a lower high that is coming off of. So
with this trend from June 2021,
yes.
bearish engulfing from these highs. Another bearish engulfing, April 22. Another bearish engulfing, February 23. Followed by another one in August. And you saying we might set up for another one in January.
It's a might because we bouncing right off of a bullish engulfing as well. So those are a little tricky. But just playing it off the month, I like that I like the price action overall. So and it looks good on the weekly too. So I know you
It's
had
crazy
that.
how this same move kind of mimics this move right here.
Wow.
Coming off of a bullish engulfing
Yeah.
and closing bearish engulfing.
Yep.
Almost like the same scenario. And then what's crazy, it's about the same time because this was January into February of last year, and we in January of this year.
Wow. Going into February. Yeah. So
That's crazy. Yeah, that'd be something to look at. We got what 3-4 more days to the end of the month.
Yes.
So that's gonna be a good thing to look at for this week while we trading this week, as the month closes, to see how bullish we get this week to potentially make the scenario false, to make it not an engulfing. And not only that, if we do get a lot of bullishness and this candle is primed to be an engulfing, a bearish engulfing, then we may be expecting or maybe looking to expecting some bearishness to follow to make that true later in the week, like on a Thursday or Friday. So that could be a trade opportunity. You know, we get like some early bullishness throughout the week just to set up for more sales. Yeah, we just been playing, man. It's a lot of consolidation this past week, so it's just the rubber band. The rubber band is definitely being pulled and expanded upon right now. Who knows in what direction it's going to be released, but that's basically what last week did. And we'll look at the news soon. We'll probably get an idea on what next week is going. What this week is going to look like.
Yeah, that's the what he mean by that. By the rubber band, you can see on the chart that he has up right there, 4 hour. It was just price was just moving side by side, side to side, side to side. So if you all my scalpers, yeah, they probably hit a bag, possibly. Who knows? But
Right.
I I literally didn't trade at all last week. I had testers and nothing gave me a nice indication of going heavy on it and ride it.
Facts.
So
Gray eye.
yeah, so I just like I said, and just going back about the monthly, just knowing where we are in the month, uh knowing that we have this last week, I think this will be a nice we'll get some opportunities.
Mm.
I do think so too. I'm looking for sales still, so yeah, I think we have opportunities just to continue that weekly bullish movement we've been dealing with.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, so it shows a little bit more prominent on the 1 hour. You can see all the different movements that we experienced last week. I'll take this off.
Yep, had some nice bullish movement. Everybody thought, oh, we going by, and then
Yeah.
we just in a ranging. So
And like I said, you don't know. You don't know. I would say once you get two touches from two different highs or lows, I would classify that. Then you could start to think about the rest of the week could potentially be rangy. Like you really don't know on Sunday and damn near on Monday, unless if you do get that kind of like ranging type of formation. But that's kind of rare because you need a little bit more candles, especially on the 1 hour, to kind of form
yep,
to really make it true. But what I'm saying is like this Sunday high, whatever Sunday high, and this is looking at hindsight. 'Cause like I said, you can do this and expect a range if you feel like it could be ranging. Maybe it's something in news or something that's going on economically, fundamentally that can make you think you about to have a ranging week. But one simple thing is just when Sunday creates a high, mark that high on the highest point of the wick, and also into London, potentially sometime in Monday, around Monday, you would mark an extreme low, preferably a low before a low that takes out any type of structure on Friday instead of just focusing on Sunday. Like you, at least you need to have that one day. And basically, what I'm saying is just kind of just notate and see how the market respects those highs and those lows. If we break out of that, and we retested. So if we break out of this bullish and then retest it and continue higher, then okay, that's that's your trend right there. But knowing what we knew on Sunday, this all we had. We knew that we were coming from strong bearishness from that week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then Thursday started to turn around. And Friday really didn't do much. Like it didn't continue, nor did it start to sell off. Like, oh, this was just me, getting out of my sell positions with turning the buys, and then I'm about to add more sell positions on a Friday to continue in the Sunday and next week. Like that never happened. Like, and typically on Friday or the end of the week, that's when the daily, well, not the daily, the weekly would create a wick if it's going to on that candle. You would get extreme low or extreme high throughout the week, and then most of the time, not all the time, but if it's I would say if it's mostly a normal candle, probably in trend, you would see that type of scenario where you would have like if we going bearish and extension on the bears throughout the week, and then Thursday and Friday you start to see it retrace back up, giving that weekly candle a wick at the bottom. So that was somewhat of that scenario, but even though we started midweek and Wednesday, we didn't know that this was going to be an actual bullish, some kind of a small reversal until Thursday Asian session. Because this bullish move here could have just been you know, a push high into like filling these gaps or whatever, taking out this structure high to go lower or whatever the case may be. But that wasn't that's not what happened. We had rejection wicks here from this low. Market never came down to retest this, and we didn't get confirmation until the Asian session on Thursday that the market was potentially turning around. Now we also saw all this clean traffic to the left, but going into that next week, which was last week, we didn't really see a lot of trend continuation happening. We got the last little bit of it was on that Friday, Thursday, and like I said, Thursday was the first confirmation, and that's when you start to see the bullish trend continuation. And from that point on, we were expecting it to continue higher, but once I saw market stalling, that's when I started to add into more sell, more bearish positions because it's kind of like I look at it like I'm trusting my gut with the trend, and until I see a larger time frame like the daily or the weekly show me otherwise, any other bullish uptick I'm selling. And I'm a roll of dice if you want to call it like in a gambling, but that's my edge. So I'm gonna go in on my edge. If my edge says take in the direction of the trend, then I'm gonna look for every uptick move, a strong uptick move, that's gonna take out some structural highs, and I'm gonna try to add sales near those highs. Simple as that. And typically, sometimes you get in early on these bearish engulfings.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I like what you said as far as like just having that kind of gut feeling.
Yeah,
Um,
you
you
gotta
know,
go.
that's super, super key. You gotta have that, that kind of intuition, I guess.
Yeah,
Um, or even like, like an IQ, like in sports, how they have like they kind of rate guys on their, IQ of the game, their knowledge of the game. How do they react to certain situations? So I think that's very, very important. Now you can't just be out here like, oh, I have a gut feeling it's going to go up, and you can't explain it. That's when you don't have an edge. So it's
exactly.
really good that you have that edge first, and then um trust yourself, trust your gut. So when you do have that feeling, and it goes both ways, a lot of times you get in those in these trades and you like, what you think, you're kind of having these questions, these thoughts, then that's usually the one that you probably want to stay out of or just go with little to little to no risk at all. Like I do that a lot. Like I literally have one pip, one unit, entries just to be in it. And that's almost like I'm giving myself a zone or entry or a play in the game and just letting that and I'll scale into it just like Six did on the sell positions. But yeah, man, that's super, super key. You gotta have that you know that mentality or that gut feeling that you said
Mhm.
to
Off
trust
of
it
your
too.
head. Like,
Yeah.
just like how you said, because if you can't explain it, then you know how can you justify that gut feeling you think you have?
Yep.
You know, at the end of the day, that's all that's important. Is can you explain it?
Because it's easy when you're doing this by yourself. You are not the one that's going to expose yourself. 9 times out of 10, a person won't just shine light on their flaws with anything. Usually, it's something else or somebody else that's going to expose you, and then you're going to be like, "Damn! Now everybody see. I need to get myself together." It's like with this is different. You have to, unless if you, which I think is super super important, is to have a group of people that you communicate with and trade with, and y'all bounce ideas off each other. Because what I've learned over time is a lot of times when I'm in a trade, I have my position, and if I put that into the chat and somebody has a different bias in the opposite direction,
Mhm.
those usually will not play out to my liking. Now the ones that we all are in on, we all bullish on one move, all bearish on one move. Those are the ones that literally run, run, run. So it's kind of crazy how that works out, or how I noticed that too. So yeah,
Because
man.
with everybody in alignment, especially when people calling out at different times, like what if, like just to add to your example, if everybody was in accordance with the same bias, what if you started getting people that was calling that trend out on Sunday? Then somebody else Monday morning said, "Oh, yep, I'm in." And then maybe late Monday, two other people said, "Yep, I'm in too." Like you got everybody in the trend, but it's multiple people saying the same thing, but other people like just see instead of everybody like on a Monday morning, like, "Hey, y'all, let's just sell. I think it's going down." Like it kind of builds, on that. Like you get more and more confirmation as more people be like, "Yeah, we selling, we selling, we selling."
Yes, exactly. Exactly that.
So I see a lot of times that happens sometimes. But yeah, nonetheless, man, just to look at the range from last week, this is the high point. So primarily the fact that we kind of stayed within this high, this level here. Um, I would look anywhere in here to try to see and try to find any setups for sales. It would be good. I mean, anything higher potentially would be good too. But you gotta wait before that. You gotta wait to see those rejections to get your confirmation. You can't just blindly take sales. I mean, you can if you strong, but that's like real. I don't really like to just say that word per se, but that's like real gambling on some shit. Like if you just blindly, like if you took a sale up here, okay, it worked out. But what if this area, maybe you did take that sale and it came down, but it started continuing to build structure. Like maybe this move right here, that it took out this double bottom right here, this low took that liquidity out and then turned higher to take out this double pop top. Like it had to take out a strong structure for it to take out the high structure up here. Maybe to some buyers thought that down here was the ultimate low, and I believe strongly in buys. Like I can't see no other way, until you see a candle closing like this, then maybe you may change your mind potentially. But we don't know. So the only way you can take risky type of setups is one, still just solely believing in your edge, believing in your the trend that you've been seeing on a higher time frame and just rocking like that. Like simple as that. You're gonna be right or wrong at the end of the day. That's you can't, ain't nobody around here claiming they're the best break-even trader in the world. Like you're gonna either be a loser, you're gonna lose a lot, learn from your losses, learn from, turn them into lessons, or you go win and you go become profitable and you go just make a whole lot of money. Like it's the only two ways. So don't stress on the only two ways that you potentially can't control. I mean, you can have a highly educated guest with multiple tools and news and different events that we can try to help us make that 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 actual decision to click buy or sell. But at the end of the day, if you solely go off your edge, going off the higher time frame, waiting for the higher time frame to give you that extra confirmation until besides when you only saw it on a 1 hour, it's going to be hard for you to just continue to lose. Like your trend, it's very rare that your trend will be in the negative doing it that way. Accepting your losses, and to add to that, just not to leave that out, trade management is also key too, because you could be in multiple trades, but I know starting off, it's a lot of scenarios where you get into a trade and it's profitable, and you thinking it's about to just retest and go back, and continue higher. And not only does it retest, but it goes back to your entry and goes in a drawdown. And now you got to deal with emotions. At first you was in euphoria, but now you thinking, damn, I done made a mistake. I should have took profit, shoulda, coulda, woulda, all that type of shit. So it's best to just take it as an approach of focus on what you can control, which is your edge, picking the right trend, which is looking at the higher time frame, and just going with, the end of the day, that gut. You already got your edge. You already know how to read a trend. The main thing that people judge or it's hard to pull a trigger is because they just want to be in it. Like it's one thing, it's hard to see the move happen and then wait for the confirmation. Because the main thing is, like, after all that waiting for this setup, the last thing I want to do is miss the move. Like, you mean to tell me I had to sit all the way out here in the rain for the bus, and as soon as I looked down to tie my shoes, the bus stopped and left? Like, oh damn! Like that type of scenario. Like, you just
Yeah,
gotta, man.
yeah. I mean, and to go back on what you said as far as like gambling. I know was like, man, I don't like saying that because a lot of people, that's the stain that they put on it. It's like, oh,
Right,
it's you trading, it's gambling.
right,
I I do agree. Yes, it can get to a point of gambling, but you have to look at it like a professional. I think professionals, the difference between professionals and your average Joe going into a casino gambling or whatever, the professionals know when to get up.
facts.
Uh, and I think that's the same thing. You hit it on the nose when you said it's, sometimes you just feel like you want to be in it, you got to be in it, or you don't want to miss the move. You sitting at the table all day long, losing, waiting for that hot streak to come, waiting for that hot hand to come out. Now that's cool and all. The thing is, how are you feeling going through all that drawdown, if you will? Are you okay? Did you plan for this? Are you managing each trade so when it does go against you, you knowing that, okay, this is loss number 3, this loss number 4? Are you compounding those losses? Are you scaling into the loss, waiting for that turnaround so you can drop a bag on it? Or not really waiting for the turnaround, but waiting for the turnaround so you can scale into your winner and not scale into a loser. Stuff like that. So I think that's like one of the biggest differences with the professionals or gamblers, you know, like know when it's time to
That's
get up.
the
That's
end of
why a lot of traders, they have to set, or a lot of professionals, they have a set time that they trade every day. Break it down to session, time, day, and sometimes months or weeks because you have holidays too. So when you're not planning for the holiday that happens every year, you're just thinking you're just gonna go on a run all the time. It's just like, what you gonna do then? You have to plan these things. Uh, so I would say for the new, um, you know, newer traders, like study those habits now. Because if you don't have that, you will never appreciate the future professional trader yourself. So I would say that those habits you should make right now. Learn how to manage your trade, manage your risk, manage your emotions. Know how to set a schedule. um and I'm not saying in trading, I just said like period in life. So it's like you once you figure that out and kind of have sense of yourself. Like, am I a impulsive person? Do I have like a addictive personality and shit like that? Like, and be real with yourself, because I'm telling you that's gonna save you time, pain, agony, and money. To be honest, so it's like at the end of the day, that's what we all in it for. So it's like, yeah, man, like this, don't rush. Like, don't feel like you got to rush into it. You know what I'm saying? This market isn't open 24/7. It's not the casino. You know what I'm saying? So don't treat it like that. Mm.
Damn, they open 24/7.
Exactly. But you know what I'm, especially different markets. Yeah, you could trade everything, but you know what I'm saying, man. Don't treat it as if, you know, you just gambling so you could get free rooms and go to the pool and the cabana. So it's like,
Mm, Uh, take a look very quick to see what's actually going to push the market and give us these extra levels of volatility we need besides just uh, different session crossover times. Primarily London and New York is always a high volume time frame, but we also get little jolts of volume when these news releases come out. So Monday, tomorrow night, we got the retail sales coming out for Australian dollar. Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Jolts job opening. Um, then Tuesday evening at 7:30, we have like over six, I believe. Yeah, six. Basically, it's a heavy news release for Australian dollar. They got their CPI coming out, inflation rate coming out. So that's gonna be a
oh snap.
heavy news release on Tuesday evening.
So
So
that mean Wednesday. Oh, yep. Interest rate for us.
interest rate,
Damn, damn, damn.
Ed press conference. That boy Jerome said, "I'm back, man. It's 2024."
So, uh, I'm gonna just right quick. Wednesday after 10, if I'm in anything, I'm closing it.
After 10,
Yeah, after 11 o'clock,
yeah,
um, I'm closing it because when what is that, 1 o'clock, 1:30?
2 o'clock,
2 o'clock.
2:30.
When when that comes out, um, that's gonna make the market go crazy. I mean, go crazy.
Right.
And I've been on both sides of it, and the emotions are extreme.
Nah, real talk.
So it's just like, yeah.
Sometimes it's more extreme than NFP.
Oh, y- yes, it is, especially lately, because
Yeah,
it's been ridiculous because of everything that's
that's
going on.
like
You
the
already know.
talk of that's the topic of everybody right now is interest rate.
Right. Like if anybody go on our Instagram at FXBros LLC and look at like our first live video, like around those times we was doing the week, and you'll see the difference as far as like the volume in itself when we would do the NFPs,
Yeah,
and you know what I'm saying, kind of get excited over that. Like now it's the interest rate, it's the CPI, it's that kind of cooled down. But jobless claims, that's my number one thing. Thursday. But yeah, man, I'll go ahead and continue because we are about to talk about Thursday.
And of course, after that, we got Judo Bake Manufacturing at like 5 o'clock. Wednesday, Thursday, we roll right into jobless claims, and this jobless claims. Always a nice little volume pushing Thursday. And Friday, the big boy, NFP. This is the first Friday of the month. Typically, I know back in the past, they used to skip NFP if it falls like this. They would do it.
Like it would be on a full week of the month.
I think so, or at least if the first was on a Friday. I think that's what it was. It might have been one of the two, but I know back in the day when we first started trading the shit, I thought for sure it used to be a scenario where yeah, if it fell like on a Thursday or Friday, they wouldn't even do it on a Friday. They wait for a full week of that month. But I guess they're just like, nah, roll that shit on out, man. We got other shit to do.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be some good day trades, session trades going on.
Yeah, especially coming from Tuesday.
Yep. Like it won't be nothing that you could like enter on Monday and then and just hold it all the way until the end of the no, it won't just flow.
CPI may take you bullish, and then if the interest rate decision or NFP don't take you the other direction, like I don't know what is, but that's exactly what it's gonna do. It might do pretty much what it did last week, but in a more extreme way. So on a smaller time frame, it might seem like, oh shit, we going bullish. But once you look at the daily, unless if it closed that way and don't get no strong rejection, then we just the market is pretty much prepping. This NFP, this is all the beginning. This is fresh of the year. This is the first month of the year. We about to go into a whole new month. So it's a potential that it's a continuation or it's a whole new direction change. And that's when you'll pull up the monthly and and kind of look at that to see how we was talking about that this could potentially engulf. And if that happens, that may be the start of the fill of this wick, depending on how much bearishness this month is gonna close. But if it closes like this on the first, that could be all the indication we need. I think it got a higher chance to do so. We just gonna have to continue to follow it throughout the week and see.
Yeah, man. What's that you have up right there?
Time frame?
Yeah.
Monthly.
Wow. So okay. So the first is Thursday, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
So Friday would be NFP, which would start the new month, the new monthly candle, which we started Thursday,
Friday. So yeah, so Wednesday evening and Thursday morning will still be this month's monthly candle, right?
This Thursday at 4 p.m. will start the new monthly candle. So this monthly candle will close Thursday at 4 o'clock.
Correct. So that means say what?
So yeah, after Wednesday on Thursday at what you call it at 4 p.m. And that's when the new candle, the new day start.
So not Wednesday 4 p.m., Thursday 4 p.m.
I was thinking about that while I was talking, because that Thursday day is completed from the previous day, so it starts the
Exactly.
previous day and ends. So yeah, it might be the 31st. That 31st at 4 p.m. You're right. So Wednesday evening is when this monthly candle is gonna close. Yeah. And then Wednesday evening into Thursday the 1st is when the first day, which will also consist of the first monthly candle sign. So yeah, Wednesday evening at 4 p.m. is when this new monthly candle is gonna start to form. So we'll know how, if and when this candle closed bearish engulfing at on Wednesday.
That's crazy. Because if it, we got the interest rate coming out on Wednesday.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. And I think I always look at it like the market ain't gonna make it easy for nobody. If that was the case, everybody be doing this shit. So what would they want to entice people to do? What people on the smaller time frame already was getting enticed in the longs. That's why all these projection wicks were showing.
Yeah.
It was shooting up. It was things were looking bullish, and then you get probably at the end of the day, right after London closed, you probably get a strong sell off. I ain't pull up the $1, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So yeah, I could easily see the market, I mean, continuing high, even probably closing up here. But like I said, without structure being broken higher, that that bullish move isn't valid, and I'm gonna call BS on it, and I'm gonna say, nah, y'all trying to trick people into buys. I think the big move is to sell. I think overall, I mean, this is the first of the year. You know, we did a lot of bullishness starting in October, but overall, even stemming from last year, same setup. Look at the 28, 27 of last year. It's way up here. Double high was the first of this year. Kind of created. It didn't come as high as this old double high, but still came within that range, that zone, and then we selling off. So
Yeah, created another what is it? Lower high, right?
yeah, somewhat. I mean, it's not really a lower high, but this is a strong area that the market couldn't break above. That's what I call it.
Okay.
I mean, technically it is, because it is lower than this previous high, but
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean it by. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Like
yeah,
usually your lower highs will be kind of like in the smaller um, you know, price action, if you will, like not
yeah. Or it would actually take out
like
previous
that
lows
right there. Yes, like going down like that.
and not contest none of these highs. Kind of like
Exactly.
this came down, this kind of stood structure, and then we took our lows, but it came back up here and took these highs out. So it's like, hold up, what we
But
doing?
even then, when it came back up there, look to the left. That traffic is not clean. So that's why it's not just gonna eat that up. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just
And it hesitated right here at this structure.
yeah,
Like
because it was
it's
yeah, it wasn't clean.
always connecting to all the structures. See, look at this high, got rejected right up in here. Support came, push higher, support, push higher, support, push higher, broke,
Right.
settled, came back up, settled. But same scenario. Couldn't touch this area twice and sold off. Um, and that's when people thought that the market was going to continue bullish. Like all that selling from the beginning of the year was just BS. After we took out this structure, I know everybody was like, "Oh yeah, here we go.
Facts.
Here go the bulls." And then again, you get another push. Are we back again? That was just structured. It was just the bullish structure. Now we're about to take out this high and continue high. I'm like, it never happened. And especially when you see a rejection right here, that's when he's like, fuck it, roll the dice. Roll the dice. You know what this has the potential to look like. So when you want to be at a sell from the high point versus, I mean, waiting for confirmation is cool. In hindsight, we see that. But I'm like, hey, if I would be stopped out, you
Yeah.
gotta come higher than what you couldn't do from this point. From
Yeah.
this point, you try to go all the way up here and take out this high. You couldn't do it. So as soon as I get an inkling on a 1 hour, 4 hour time frame, because I know all this bullshit you did and it's fighting against this. If I see strong signs on a 1 hour and a 4 hour that you get rejection, oh, I'm about to put sales up here and I'm putting my stop up here because I feel like, hey, if you gonna stop me out, you gotta reach all the way up here, and I'm more on the side that you can't do it because you couldn't do it from all the way. You was pushing all the way from a big body candle, and you still couldn't do it. So shit, I'm think we good. This is a strong level. I'm gonna just go off that, and then if you add into all this previous structure right here, that'll just give me more confirmation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Simple as that. And I'm just going, hey, if it works, it works. If it don't, I got if it works, I got a story on why it worked. If it didn't, my story was still valid. It just didn't go with what I was, what I was planning. That's cool too.
Yeah. Yeah, because you stuck to
Trade
stuck to your
again.
plan, stuck to your strategy. Like you said, even if you wouldn't have got it right there, right at the top, if you would have entered after it would have jumped back up or retested, your stop loss was still gonna be in the same area
Facts.
above those highs. So yeah, yep.
Big facts. And one thing I do love, I love to see cascading uh scenarios where you see wicks kind of getting lower and lower, and lows are being taken out, and also on the wicks when they're going higher and they're going like this one did take out this high.
Yeah,
Stay like I love seeing this wick right here didn't come out to take out this high, just continue like
especially after it closes um in clean traffic, like that first red candle
oh
that
right up
close.
at that clean traffic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Once that candle, right? If you zoom in a little bit, um, yeah. So you see that how it get, man. Come on, and then it's a sandwich engulfing. So
oh
that
right here.
second, that's no the first sandwich. If you go to the left a little bit more, go up a little bit, up some more.
Oh, up here.
Yeah,
Oh
now
right.
go down. Yes, that one. That was perfect. So after that second one, you look to the left, you are closing right in that clean traffic to the left.
Gotcha, right
Yeah, you are in that candle. So
here.
what I would do, I'll probably enter on a tester, and then I'll wait for it to move up to what it did, and then I'll have like an order right where my tester was. And when that price came down, it.
Would have entered it. So you would have waited for it to come up here, and if your tester was down here, you would wait for price to come back into your order.
Yep. And sometimes what I like to do, I'll enter into another tester, into another. My order stays the same because that's heavy. But if when it get to the top, like I'll probably zoom in because it's happening on the daily. So I'm just speaking
Right.
hypothetic. So I would be scaling in on the 1 hour, the 4 hour on some shit, but I'll still have that order on the on the daily just sitting
How
there.
often when you set orders, do you set orders? Say for instance,
Every session.
yeah, you set orders every session, but when you seeing this bearish and you want to set a sell, you got to test the sell right here. You saw this sandwich, you got to test the sell, even though you know it's a high chance of reversal, but it's cool as a tester. So you about to see how the market tests.
Yes.
When the market trades back up, and you know your tester is down here, you know the trend, you leaning on the trend mostly to be bearish. How often do you set your order, your large order, right here for the market to trade into it, or do you set orders at a previous high for the market to trade up into it and hit your order? Like what kind of scenarios do you set your order? More of a I want to get the best price, or I want to get the sure price after it left, after I'm in drawdown on my tester. But
Okay. I'm gonna break it down real simple.
I
Yeah, real simple. I I set it like in an area where I know it's for sure gonna go. Well, not for sure gonna go, but I put it because you asked me if I put an order above or below, pretty much, right?
Yeah, even though your bias is still bearish.
Yes. So here's the thing. When I put it above, that's when I'm counter trending. So I'm looking for uh like my entry is more of a counter trend when I'm looking at it.
So
Rather
you actually looking for a buy in that scenario?
no, like if I'm looking for like almost a turnaround on the larger time frames, like you said, if you was looking at the daily, you saw that it was at the top already, even though you're coming from bullish, bullish movement, and then it's creating another rejection just like it did previously and create like a little double top. Yeah, and it starts selling off like that. You really don't know, if it's gonna go that way. You know what I'm saying? That's why you want to enter and have your stop loss because that's a better entry, like you said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a better entry. So if it does go against you, you're not just sitting and drawdown waiting years until it come back around. It's not like that. But when it's in trend, like after it did its move, see the sandwich engulfing is going to happen after it did its move. Like you'll probably have a couple of closures going in that other direction. So now you following the trend. So I like to put them right there because you're gonna get some retests after a nice drop, then a little fake out bullish or whatever candle, and then you get another big huge drop. Yeah, you 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get some some rejection, even if it is a bearish candle or it's a candle that's going in your trend.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of wicks on both sides too. Kind of like a big ass doji or something. But when I like to put my orders, usually when I put my orders, it'll be right around, I would say within 10 pips of the of my tester. And it happens that way. So a lot of the times it's just like that's why usually my testers, I'll be holding on my testers for days,
Facts.
and then I just be boom, I'll get hit in heavy on the order right here. And then I'll take profit. I hit, get in again when it retests off of news or whatever, but when it's in trend, that's when I look for my my sandwich engulfings and stuff like that.
So in that
And my
scenario,
and my regular, engulfings, but it has to happen at those 4 hour, I mean daily or weekly highs and lows. And then I could just, sting them.
gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I like how you was talking about how the sandwich engulfing is kind of like you explained it. Like not only can it confirm maybe a trend for you, but it also can kind of confirm that while we are still going in this trend, we're about to probably retest because the fact that I created a sandwich engulfing is just over the top. So the market is probably going to scale back a little bit and then continue on this move.
Yes. Highly unlikely that we're gonna fully turn around.
Right.
But yeah, we got some buyers in here. We got some buyers. We gonna have to deal with these fools real quick. As you see, it did. And then when they got those two bullish candles, then you got that bearish. So you thinking like, oh, we good. And look what happened the next, some people probably move their stops and do all that crazy stuff. Like, no, you're not trusting yourself. If it's that serious, you gotta move your stop to where you gonna get taken out, then yeah, man, you should just got out the trade, take your
Right.
profit.
Yeah.
But
If I saw this move and maybe took sales here and then saw the market trending back up, the fact that it didn't attack this high up here, this rejection wick,
yeah.
would have been good. Like,
Mm,
granted, this is like a lot of drawdown. I do get it. I'm talking on a daily, but I'm speaking on a scenario as if this is the 1 hour time frame. You know?
exactly. I mean, we could go to a
Yeah,
that
yeah.
time frame, but yeah, just to double back on what you said, it's like, yeah, those
There's really no scenario on the
People be trading like they don't want to be in drawdown at all.
Yeah, it's maybe
It's like,
that could
okay,
be a good practice. Like, just if you so scared of it, just go do it. Just go, just go work extra overtime at your job just to lose. Like, if you write down all the times you done lost money, whether it's at the casino or you done gave somebody money and they never paid you back, or you actually physically lost money, like it fell out your pocket, like you're gonna lose money. So if you really worried about losing, just take a week one time, put $100 in your account, $50, and just go lose it. Like, you'll be surprised you fuck around probably getting a good ass trade and you can't lose it. Because every time you get into a trade, you think you're about to just willy nilly lose it, turn into a profitable trade. And
yeah,
don't
that's
turn
a
it
bet.
into a strategy, but
Yeah,
just get the jitters out your body. Just go and lose some money. Because it's gonna happen, but at least get the feeling out so you'll know what it is, type shit.
yeah, just like you said, man. People they want to be in. I thought like it's cool being in, but um,
Know when to get
protect the bag, man. Yeah,
out.
exactly. Know when to get out.
Nah, fact. You the big preacher of all of us about money management and trade management. That's one thing you preach about. Like, regardless of what kind of situation or trend or setup, none of that shit matters if all your soldiers dead. You ain't
Yeah,
got soldiers sent out there for battle. What does it matter if you're gonna strategize? You can't even
right,
win the war. You
right,
can't compete.
right. I mean, look at wars. Ain't nobody went to war for one day and it was over. Like,
Facts.
nigga, wars be going on for years.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to speak on what's going over there, guys and everything. That's just inhumane. But we talking hundreds of years, bro. Like,
Bro, it's
so,
shit. Yeah, you could go back centuries.
yeah, come on. So,
Centuries, like tens of centuries, and it hasn't been a year, or it's not even a year, probably, well, yeah, a year, but a decade where it hasn't been no war. Like, never,
facts, facts.
ever. Like, and that shit was crazy. I'm talking about from 300 BC, it was some kind of war going on all the way to last week. Like, so just speak back on this, like, yeah, you just got to be prepared, man, for the long haul. And losing your money just because you don't want to be wrong is gonna kill you in the long run, and you're gonna end up just redepositing. Because we all did it. I did it. Everybody did it. Nobody wants to be wrong. That's how we was brought up. You was brought up to be right. Right is good. Wrong is bad. So nobody want to be wrong. Everybody want to be right. It don't feel good to be wrong. It don't feel good to lose, take a loss. But once you learn this and get over that, like, you'll see how often you can apply that same type of knowledge, and how you can approach things in your daily life like that. Like, not more so just being a full out just risk taker, but you looking at it like, okay, whatever I'm about to do, I know it's gonna be a gain or it's gonna be a loss, and I'm cool with that. I'm not gonna, flip out emotionally or nothing like that. I'm just gonna move on to the next situation because it's gonna be another day, another trade session, another money making opportunity in your life and in the Forex industry. So you just look at it like that, you're gonna be straight.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
I agree.
we got BTC ETFs getting approved, man. Like, niggas ain't worried about Forex. They moving on a whole nother currencies. Like, it's bigger than just what you worried about. Like, hey, yeah, man, shit growing.
Yeah,
So
catch up or keep up.
yeah, keep real talk, keep up.
can you keep up?
Even though the Forex industry and trading is still the largest market, but
Right. Yeah, I was about to say that, man. Like, don't even like, can you keep up or keep up, play catch up? Like, just get in where you fit in. Like, this market is large enough for everybody.
everybody to eat.
Yeah. So
All you gotta do is bring a spoon.
Bring us through.
My greatest analogy is like, bro, Forex is like the biggest golden river. I'm talking about just flowing, just big waves, gushing, breaking rocks type waves. And all you need is just a little spoon, just to scoop it up, just scoop up a little bit, and then go on about your business. Come back next week, come back the next day. You don't have enough money to take or withstand the amount of volume that's going through that market. Like you don't have access to hundreds, and I mean hundreds of billions of dollars, upwards of trillions, to really like manipulate or move the market your way. So you just gotta go with what you can. And taking crumbs is taking millions, tens of millions. It's gonna be here daily.
X. Yeah, 1 hour, everything is like moving sideways.
Yeah. Let's see what the 5 minute looking like. Yeah, I would definitely for sure wait until at least wait until tomorrow evening to wait to see what the market gonna do, because you got Australian news, high news coming out tomorrow evening, and then it's gonna double back tomorrow morning with some US news. So at least you'll get an opportunity. Like say if you did miss a move on Monday, you might get an opportunity to retrace out that news Tuesday morning. And then it's gonna double back again Tuesday night with the CPI for Australian dollar. So I would definitely wait until Monday morning, at least. Monday evening or Tuesday morning, and try to look for an actual potential entry. I mean, if you see it early, cool. If you see a level that's old from like last week high and it's finally getting swept, maybe take that risk and take that roll of the dice and go and get you in a trade or add an entry right there. But to see what it's gonna do, I would wait. I mean, especially coming out of this consolidation, like last week I already said it wasn't about shit. So at least give this new week a chance to show you that it's gonna be about shit before you just try to draw conclusions.
Yeah, I mean, because it hasn't showed itself,
No,
and when it show itself, it's gonna go back in. So it's gonna correct itself after it show itself, and then it's gonna give you the indication, like, yeah, I'm going this way for real.
no facts.
You
Because
know?
if you look at this on the 5 minute, just looking at one draw something like this was pretty much the range right there. Now, buyers would have been good to catch buys down here, but also people who were looking for the market to continue with sales was like sitting back in their chair with their arms folded, like, oh yeah, we good. I'm in sales. We about to ride. I was seeing all this rejection right here, but that was like, the low point, and it traded back into this level, and then also you get a high point out here, and then people were enticed to get into buys, like, oh, it's finally about to break out, and then it trades back into the range. So last week really didn't do too much of nothing. We had, lows mitigated, we had highs mitigated. We traded right back into the range, leaving everybody questionable, like what the hell is going on. So meaning all you gotta do just be more patient.
Yep.
So you patient enough to wait out a whole week, like Jay said he did pretty much. Even though you monitoring the market, but you ain't taking no trades. That's growth. Damn, how much money you made. I remember back in the day, not trading for a week was unheard of. What you mean? The market's moving.
Yeah, man. It just ain't worth it. I think like some of the big, as you grow and get bigger, and I would hope you would trade less. You're dealing with more capital. You go 9 times out of 10, you should have more time on your hands, or that's spending time with your friends, family, whoever, doing what you like to do, love to do, want to do.
Right.
So stuff like that. Um, and if you catch yourself just stuck on the screen, like, then that's just a sign of greed. And that just doesn't happen. Like, I think this is just like with anything else. It's a long term thing. So wait.
Dollar index.
Yeah, wait for what it's doing.
The dollar index right there monthly.
So perfect. So that sucker done moved out, and it's gonna give a bullish engulfing if it closes.
Yeah.
So yeah, if that pans out together Wednesday going into Thursday, then that's a super nice confluence. If the DXY matches up with as far as like the opposite correlation,
Yeah.
then yeah, man.
That's been trending since 2011. Before we wrap this up, I just want to take a look at Bitcoin.
For sure.
Yeah. January 2023, nice bullish engulfing. Haven't seen that area since. Good as clean traffic. And one thing I took down is that bitch. That's it. That was it right there. That was the move. All that bearishness and that was just that was the move. A 15K Bitcoin in December or January. That's probably the best Christmas gift.
Dang, that's crazy.
That was the move. Fam. Looking at the monthly. I mean, of course the weekly will show you more, but the fact that all these levels, and the only thing I don't like, which is really not the move, because well, it kind of is. Yeah, that's it. That's the move. Because really, my levels is over here, but I don't like the fact that it doesn't show previous years. It kind of starts right here in 2017, which is cool. It's all good. But the reason I was like, this why I was like ultimate levels where I would still be looking at want to buy Bitcoin if it dropped this low. Like I would think that would be the last areas that would go to these grayed out situations. Probably it never come here, but if it does, that's where you sell your car or you sell your house and just go on, just even if you got to go back to work. I think that's pretty much gonna set up your if this is a forever thing. What like I mean the United States already made it that way, pretty much. Um, yeah, I think that's probably the cheapest you're gonna ever get it on some flash crash or some shit like that. Like, oh, Bitcoin crash, everybody got hacked, and it was just a scenario to sell it off. Like, I would think that would be some good areas. Other than that, this move that happened in 2022, going into 2023, at the closing of 2020, that was the move. That was probably the last bearish structure to add into a Bitcoin position and go long, possibly. Only time will tell, but I
And
just
it
like
is a fire entry if you caught it.
nah facts. I know they like to act confused when the market is going bearish. When we all know, I mean, real traders know there's people taking profits, you know, or in these scenarios, that's a lot of times when different those future contracts are closing and expiring. That's why I sent that calendar so you can also see where's a good potential to find certain entries or maybe a good potential to just like dollar cost average into Bitcoin, and if you're a buy and hold type person, because you might get a lot of volume push when those contracts are closing on those futures. And also that halving is coming up soon. I don't know exactly when, so that's gonna be another I think bullish.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody, well, a lot of people talking about banking on that.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Nonetheless, still a lot of other crypto projects I'm investigating into because I feel like it's gonna be some other opportunities to make some real good gains on some real good shit instead of hopping on all these meme coins. Cause I ain't gonna lie, boy. I be on some of these little groups, especially when I was in Twitter, but on my on the Telegram, and like people still getting rich off of like these meme coins. It's like kind of low key ridiculous, bro. I'm talking about still to this day, all the last year.
Yeah,
It's
man, they be having some of them damn coins be moving 300% in one day and shit. Like
bro,
that still be going on.
crazy, 3,000% type shit. Like yeah, crazy stuff. So it's it's still gonna be the wave, but I think if you focus on more of the hard structured companies that's actually dealing with physical companies that we know and trust now, that's
Yeah, I
where
think yeah, I think that's your best bet because I think the more and more the government is getting their hands into it, which I think they already just been, they just kind of like um they was testing it out. They threw it on the street, see if see what would happen.
right.
But yeah, I just think it's getting um tougher. It's gonna get tougher. I'm telling you. It get tougher to people to navigate and deal with it without freely, like you can't just do it on your own. You're gonna have to go to, just like you said, you have to go to the bank. You have to deal with, with Bitcoin through them. You can't just go download that app and then make, yeah, I don't see that happening.
Right.
So yep. There's other ways. There's other ways, guys. There's no get rich overnight. Yeah, it's happening. It won't last forever. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. Like I said, man, like smart man learn from his mistakes. A wise man learn from others' mistakes. And you could just hear it over and over from other people that's, successful or got more knowledge than you and whatever field, and if they say, yeah, man, I messed up doing this, blah blah blah. Don't try and say, "Well, I'm gonna try it. He messed up. I'm gonna go ahead and try and figure it out my way." Like, no, bro. Like, you know, he's trying to help you, or they trying to help you.
Right.
But
So,
yeah, the only way you'll figure it out, man, you got to navigate through yourself. You got to go through it and gotta fall a couple times, like Six said, man. Lose some money because it's gonna happen. You gotta get used to that feeling.
big facts.
Especially if you never dealt like me. I play sports. I'm an artist. I do graphic design. Like, so it was tough for me to kind of transfer. I would just be creative, think freely. Now it's like super technical when it comes to this shit. So it's like I literally gotta like flip the switch. Sometimes I be having to work out. Like if I am doing work or something like that, and in order for me to just doing some design or work and then I'm coming on the charts. I can't just flip over like that because I'm going from like a creative mind state and then I got to go straight technical and go by these rules. And yeah, that should be hard. So, that's just one, thing that, personally I go through. So, and I'm dealing with it, man. Ain't nobody perfect out here. So I try to, you know, um, keep up with what I'm doing. And because I like working out, that's what I do. If I go on, I keep out with how many miles I run every day. If I work out, what did I work out on? Keep track of that. And that kind of translates over to everything else that I do. So if I gotta be technical with this stuff, let me go ahead and be technical with my other, things, other aspects of life. and that'll just rub off and just kind of trickle without me even knowing. It's just what it is. It's just life. So yeah, man.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we can definitely go navigate through this shit because once we catch a break, ain't no turning back. So
Okay.
that's why y'all go keep on, tuning in to these Sundays, and you know, sooner or later it's gonna be, more. I know we like I said, man, we're going through the times, but best believe we are on these charts every day.
Oh yeah. Like I said, we primarily in our Telegram group, keep each other updated on different trends and different setups we may see. So, I mean, honestly, just having that little collective and also really the Sunday lives for sure is just kind of prep us for the week, if you
Yeah,
will. So it'll give us some ideas on what we feel like we're gonna be looking for.
yeah, man. That like I said, that is fire. Like we'll be posting into the group and just giving our insights on what we see, and it helped me out for damn sure. Cause I'm like, wait, so I see this, but y'all see that? Like, hold on, let me back out. I ain't gonna enter right now, especially heavy. Let
Yeah,
me back out of this and just see what I got. So,
me.
um, yeah, man,
'Cause that,
that shit helps a lot, bro. And
it
then
does-
it's when it's not like um it's constructive criticism is not anything bad. So like, a lot of people don't like exposing themselves or turning their test papers into the teacher because they don't want to see that grade they're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? But they get a teacher and to help you, you know. So you can see, you'll get your test back and you'll be like, oh, okay, that was Abraham Lincoln. That wasn't George, that wasn't Jefferson. I was about to say George straight up, man. George Jefferson for president. but but yeah, that's how you know what I'm saying. If you got other people that could give you their point of view of things, because everybody got their own view, their own ways of trade. If it's an edge, there's no edge that doesn't work. The edge is supposed to work. So if your edge don't work, fine tune it, make it work. And then after that, that's when you focus on the psychology of things, as they say. But yeah, man, as long as you stick to it, and everything else will kind of follow. But you can't rush it. Ain't none of this overnight. It's not a casino. It's not a gambling, thing. Is Don't treat it like that. Don't
People say they wouldn't appreciate if it was rushed because
Yeah,
when you rush into something, even if you get success fast, it's like, what do you have to talk about?
right.
Like you don't even get that scenario where like, damn, bro, we put in all this work, bro, 5, 6, 7 years in, we got it. We feel like we got, but not only do we have it, we got foundation under our feet. So
Yeah,
it ain't no falling. Like we know what that 7 years was like. So we ain't
right,
like give it all up on one bad trade. You feel me?
right.
So yeah, it's supposed to it matters more and it means more, holds more weight when you went through some period of time to learn a certain type of skill. Put them the master hours in 10,000 hours or whatever you want to look at.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
real.
but yeah, overall, what you think? What's your bias for the week? Looking at the deal in the week before we wrap it up.
Uh,
Weekly is showing clean traffic to the bullish side.
yeah, I
Slightly.
would say I'm bearish for the week, but I can see price um move as high as last week's high. Um,
High up there.
on any of those, yeah, on any of these high news events. So that the uh, Wednesday with the CPI and all that, and then Friday, I think it'll. I would like for the news on Friday to continue in the bearish, to give me that, to give us
Basically,
that closure.
we need positive news for the dollar. If we want the bears to continue, we need positive news for the dollar.
Yes,
Simple as that.
yes,
If you want to look at it from a fundamental standpoint, as long as we get positive news, positive economic news, um, talks about growth, companies doing better, that's going to add to the sell position on this Australian dollar. But who knows? We'll see, because if we get negative news, it's a potential where we can the cleanest traffic I can see, would kind of be maybe this bullishness right here potentially, but that's gonna take a lot. And NFP and the interest rate is definitely some news events that can get us some kind of that type of volume to push us high like that. So like I said, we just gonna use the beginning of the week to try to find a nice little entry if we can. If we do get some type of setup, knowing that we got heavier news throughout the end of the week. So
yeah.
uh, if
What-
not, I
I'm
would
about to, I'm
yeah,
about to say, yeah. What you see? If not,
I would say it. If not, let this week also, even though last week was a no trade week for the most part, I would let this week kind of chill and lay back, because all it's doing is just setting up Tuesday. That's all it's doing. I
got
mean,
you.
setting up February
February next, yeah, the
next month.
next week would be the full week of that month.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
I like
if you
that.
let
I like
this
that.
week kind of like pass and don't get too active, then you'll have more soldiers to fight for that following week where you could really make some gains.
Yeah, that's why I say, yeah, this will be. I don't see too many swings happening just because of the high news. But as far as like your days, your intraday trades or my
Yeah,
intraday day setups, I think those would be stingers.
yeah,
So yeah, those optimal times that we like to trade, the 7 to 10
true.
hours are going to be really, really great this week. I do believe that.
That's a very
News alone, like the high news alone, like that's why I know that.
facts.
Um, but if it wasn't that much news, and yeah, sometimes you could put in a tester on on Sunday session, and you ain't gonna get out of it until next week, probably.
Uh,
It'd be like that. So,
uh,
on your light weeks, you just have to be sitting and stuff. So,
yeah.
yeah, man, we're gonna see. But yeah, it's gonna be a good year. I was about to say a good week, but yeah, it's gonna be a good week, and we just gonna continue having good weeks and good days and everything. So, yeah, bro.
All right, man. Well, shit, we're gonna tap back in the morning, see what we got going on, what kind of movement we get from the market. But like I said, overall, we kind of waiting for Monday morning news and going into Tuesday morning news and Tuesday evenings news for Australian dollars. So,
Yes, sir.
all right, man. We're about to be out. Peace out, man. Y'all be good. Tell we will dedicate this one again to Amanda. You heard me. Happy birthday again. One more again.
And to Papa too, man.
Paul Paul, yes. Paul
Yes,
Paul.
yes.
93. Our grandfather
93.
turned 93 a few days ago. So yeah, we got a lot of love around right now. So
Yes,
we trying to
yes.
grow like just like them.
Come on,
New year, new life. So let's keep doing it.
let's go.
All right, bro. I'm gonna tap in with you in the morning.
All right, man. Peace.